What if I told you that the greatest danger in relationship isn't conflict? It is silence. It's the silence what happens when you swallow your truth, when you second guess yourself, when you start disappearing from your own life. In this video, I will share 3 secrets about love that hurt spiritual women the most. Truths I've been seen after more than 10,000 aura readings. And these secrets may completely change how you feel and see the relationships. For over 15 years, I have been on my spiritual journey, working with thousands of people through aura readings, energy healing, sound therapy, karmic cleansing, meditations. What I saw in people's energy fields is how relationships, especially controlling ones, can either drain your self-trust or help you grow deeper in it. So let's begin with the first secret that hurts the spiritual woman the most. Have you ever imagined that empathy can turn against you? Empathy is such a beautiful gift. Spiritual and kind-hearted women, like so many I have worked with, naturally feel what others are feeling. You sense the mood in the room. You hold the space for people who are hurting. You want to keep peace. But when empathy is combined with the fear of conflict, it begins to hurt you. If you hold back your truth just to keep the peace, that unspoken conflict doesn't disappear. It moves inside of you and stays there. I saw this so often in aura photography. Women would sit with bright, loving energy, but their heart chakra showed heaviness, almost like a fog sitting on their chest. And that fog wasn't coming from them being unkind. It comes from years of silencing themselves to avoid upsetting someone else. Because the things we don't express becomes the stories that control us. When you avoid a small conflict on the outside, you create a much bigger one on the inside. And that inner conflict is like in your mind, also shows up in your body, your energy and your relationships. You can carry that weight for years, believing you are being good by keeping quiet. But slowly your energy shrinks, your joy fades, your health can even suffer, because your soul knows that it has never meant to live in silence. When you share your truth with love, with presence, you release the energy that has been trapped inside of you. Even if it feels uncomfortable in the moment, it clears the air. It keeps your heart open and it keeps your energy flowing. So the first secret is this. Empathy without expression becomes a cage. Real empathy includes you. It means giving yourself permission to speak, even if your voice shakes. And it means trusting that your truth matters as much as anyone else's. And when you begin living like this, your aura shifts, your heart grows lighter, and your relationship become more real. Because they are built on honesty, not silent sacrifice. When you silence your truth to keep the peace, it often leads to the second secret, giving until you lose yourself. There is a deep connection between first secret and the second secret. When you silence the truth to avoid conflict, you actually carry that weight inside and start to overcompensate by giving more, by pleasing more, by pouring yourself into others, hoping that if you give enough, the relationship will stay safe. This is where so many kind-hearted souls lose themselves. I used to believe that being kind meant always giving, that if I kept showing up for others, they would stay close and love would be safe. But during aura readings, I saw the opposite. I saw women who gave endlessly, who constantly put their own needs last, but their energy fields told the truth. They were depleted. Their hearts were not radiant and balanced. They were either blocked, closed off from fully receiving, or too open, pouring everything out until there is nothing left inside. Both extremes, closed or too open, come from the same root: losing contact with yourself. We confuse giving with love, when in reality it's actually fear hiding beneath kindness. If I keep giving, maybe I'll be loved. If I keep saying yes, maybe I won't be abandoned. But that kind of giving comes from emptiness. It comes from trying to control how others see us, instead of trusting our own truth. Constantly giving and pleasing isn't the same as kindness. It's a role we take on. And when we live in that role, we lose touch with presence and the aliveness of the moment. When we identify ourselves with that role, the giver, the pleaser, we totally disconnect from the present moment, from here now, from our truth. And that role may look kind on the outside, but it creates suffering inside, because it disconnects us from our soul. Real kindness begins with including yourself. Recharging your energy is essential. When you are present with yourself, when you honor your needs, when you allow your heart rest and receive, your giving comes from the overflow of love instead of emptiness. When you allow space for yourself, you keep your connection to life, to source, to your soul, to your life's mission. If you give from emptiness, you burn out, create resentment, and become more exhausted. But when you give from a nourished heart, your relationships shift. They become safer, more alive, and more real, because they are no longer based on fear, but truth. So the second secret is this: kindness without self-kindness is imbalance. But kindness rooted in presence and self-trust is the best gift you can give to yourself and to the people around you. And this brings me to the third secret. This one can be hard to accept, especially for those of us who like to help, support, heal other people. But it's one of the most important truths about relationships. So the third secret is: healing can't be forced. So many clients have told me, if only my partner would change, if only my child would open their heart, if only my friend would listen. And sometimes they even brought their loved ones to the sessions with me, hoping I could shift something for them. One moment I will never forget, when a mother brought her teenage son, around 16-17 years old. They just had come from a spiritual event together. She expected his aura be bright, radiant, and deeply connected, because on the outside he had prayed with her, he had agreed with her, he had done everything she wanted. But when we looked deeper, the truth was very different. His aura was heavy, angry, dark. It showed frustration, disconnection, and no link to the source at all. And his heart chakra was very small with super low energy. On the outside he was saying yes to his mother, but on the inside he was filled with resistance and pain. He wasn't living in his truth. He was just trying to keep her happy. That moment showed me something like, it was so visual, that you can't force the healing or the connection or the self-help improvement. You cannot control other person into healing, no matter how much you love them. Actually, trying to fix others is one of the forms of the control. When we try to change somebody before they are ready, we are resisting their path. saying, I know better than the timing of their soul. But when you release that illusion of control, everything shifts. You stop exhausting yourself. You protect your own heart and you allow them the dignity of walking their own journey. You can still love them, you can still support them, you can still pray for them, but you no longer carry the weight of trying to do their work. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to let go, to step back and trust that life or higher consciousness is guiding them in their own way. And that's the third secret. Healing can't be forced. When you stop trying, you create a space for both of you to grow, and you open the door to your own deeper trust. So those are the 3 secrets about love that hurt the spiritual woman the most. First, empathy without expression traps you. Kindness without self-kindness depletes you. And third, healing can't be forced. And especially if you have lived through controlling a relationship, you already know how easy it is to lose self-trust. That's why I have built Unshakable Self-Trust. It is a 6-week program where we walk together away from doubt into practices, prayers and healing that bring you back home to yourself. The next step is simple. Book a clarity call with me. We will talk about where you are right now, and I will show you how we can rebuild your self-trust together. We begin soon, so don't wait. The link is in the link below. If you like to ask me some questions, please share them on the comment section. I will answer to every comment.